Hello, my name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we were speaking with our companions in Skyhold. We finally spoke to Varric. Oh my god, it broke my heart. He is devastated. The poor man is devastated. Aenor feels badly for him. I feel badly for him. But I don't regret anything. I wanted Amelia to die. That's how I wanted her story to end, and it's a shame that has come at the cost of, Varric's emotional state, but I do not regret it, not for a second. Now, 2 of my counselors have actually come back, so I'm just going to sort out a couple of things with the war table very quickly, and then we'll be able to jump straight in. Next up, I believe, is Solus. Yeah, everyone's on this side of the map. Harvest of History. As ordered, Isthmus... I still don't know how to pronounce this. Isthmus Goodson now resides in an allied lord's tower cell, attended by polite but hooded servants. Claims against him seem dubious, but there is no denying that he was stocked to supply significant force should one have come calling. Josephine. A note from the Inquisition Apothecary. Interesting times, Inquisitor. Though it was not the final action I was hoping for, I thank you for this interjection. I look forward to ensuring the health and effectiveness of the Inquisition for as long as needed. Elan Vermel. I love how she outright admits, oh yeah, I was hoping you'd kill him. I wanted him out of my hair. God damn, Elan. Flipping heck. And locate the missing Seekers. For a time, finding the missing Seekers seemed to be impossible. Early indications pointed to these men and women heading, one at a time, into Ferelden, but here their trail went cold. A chance rumour regarding Ban Loren, a Ferelden nobleman who has not been heard from for months, led Inquisition agents to investigate Caer Oswin, and they too went silent. These events are connected, but it seems this is where the missing Seekers will be found. Ban Loren is actually a name that has been brought up in the series in the past. All the way back in Dragon Age Origins. In the human noble origin story. Ban Loren was... I'm not Leandra. What was her name? Eleanor? Eleanor's friend's husband. If you remember, the mother of the human noble, she had her friend... who was, an older woman, and she was with her son Dyron, and they had brought their servant, Iona. That was Ban Loren's wife and son, and they were killed by Al Howe in the chaos. So, again, this is a name we have not heard of, because he has not been brought up since the human noble origin. Like, legit, Ban Loren was only mentioned in the noble origin. He wasn't brought up at all throughout the rest of the game. He wasn't mentioned at all in Dragon Age 2, and here he pops up again. I love that reference. I absolutely love that. Now, I'm gonna figure out where I'm sending everyone. Be right back. Okie doke, and I am back. First things first, an offer from the Crows. A letter delivered to Skyhold. Its sender claims to be a member of the Unteven Crows, an infamous guild of assassins. We encountered your agents in Hercynia. It seems the Inquisition and the Crows share a target. Our employer bears no love for Lord Enzo due to... well, let's just say it's a personal matter. Of course, I imagine your motivations have more to do with the man's Tevinter friends. You know the Venatori. We know Enzo. Why compete for the man? Lend us your knowledge and the job will be done far more quickly. You eliminate an enemy, our employer removes a political rival, and we get paid. A happy ending for all involved. Gita. Colin says, or well, he would have suggested, do we really want to get tangled up with the Crows? Our people can handle this. Colin, you have more faith in our agents than I think potentially even Leliana would. Like, the Crows are professional assassins. Like, I would not want to put our people up against them. Leliana suggests cooperating with the Antivan Crows works to our advantage. They have more knowledge of Enzo, and we gain contacts should we need their assistance in the future. And Josephine suggests the Crows are an unfortunate reality of Antivan politics. They will pursue the contract regardless. We may as well know where they are. I'm inclined to go with Leliana here. Having some contacts within the Antivan Crows would be very useful. Hell, can you assassinate Corypheus? Can you do that? Are you good enough to do that? I doubt Aenor would, go so far as to be, like, trying to get a contract out on Corypheus, but... how do I put this? I don't think Aenor is for assassination, but surely it's better to hire professionals and, one person dies rather than, like, oh, I'm gonna go on a tirade and I've slaughtered this man's entire house trying to get to him and now I've been stabbed. Like, it's one of those things. She wouldn't be like, oh, you have a rival, you should try and assassinate him. But they are kind of like what Josephine says, they're an unfortunate reality. However, I don't think she doesn't find them distasteful, if you get what I'm saying. They are an unfortunate reality, and why shouldn't we use that? So, yep.
Let's see what we have.
Let's work together. And we're going to send Josephine to Truth or Dare, See and Be Seen. Madame Ambassador, words cannot express my gratitude for your gracious hospitality at Skyhold. After the events at Haven, one can hardly go anywhere in the Empire without hearing the word Inquisition. I shall be glad to have some facts to add to the wild rumours. I am as grieved as you to hear of the vicious slander being spread. Justinia V was the best of us. It pains me to think that others would pollute her legacy in such a manner. I travel to Valforet soon. I shall ensure my cousins know of the truth of this matter. Sincerely, Comte Renald de Maurier. And, yep, Leliana and Cullen aren't participating. Josephine says, now that he's been here, we should talk to the nobles he's been seen with and let them all know. He's trying to play both sides. This Comte is one of the people spreading the rumours, but he's also trying to court the Inquisition. He's trying to be in everyone's good books. So yeah, let's just expose that.
Inquisitor.
Good stuff. And back to my timer. Alrighty then, now. Solus, it has been a while. I'm sure he will have stuff to say. Considering how against he was, sparing the wardens like that. Oh, I'm sorry, Barry.
Inquisitor.
I'm still so sorry.
Hello.
Oh, really? Nothing? Do you want to tell me about your journeys?
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I think I have shared everything of note. I should spend some time encountering more stories.
What the shit? Solus! Solus, how dare!
I need to know more about Corypheus.
He has lost his army, and he has lost Orlais. That eliminates military or political means to rebuild Tevinter. He will need to demonstrate that no one in this world can stand against his magic. It will not be subtle.
Yeah, so he's gonna do something big next. Fabulous.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shirar.
And anything?
My heart.
Oh, that was sweet.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shirar.
I really would have thought that he would have had something more to say. Also, here is us sieging Adamant and entering the Fade with the Black City, surrounded by eyes. Lovely. I do find that interesting because there's that eye motif crops up with another character. I'm sure you can guess which. But I'll be vague for now. Ooh.
You have remarkably little here on early Tevinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
Well, just tossing books like, this is trash, this is trash. Such a critic. Let's not flirt. What are you looking for? Not to your standard. Stop one. Yeah, if you're looking for something in particular, we can probably help.
If I knew what you were looking for, I could help you.
Ha! You? I rather doubt that. I apologize. That was unworthy. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
Oh, he's concerned. We lost Hawk. I had a great time. Someone died. Fuck it. It was good. I don't want to talk about it. It was horrible. Yeah, I think she would be very upset that Hawk had to die. Yes, she was the one who left her there, but again, there was no malicious intent on Aenor's, behalf. She just made a decision. That's all she did. And, it's causing Varric pain. And that's not what she wants. So I think she would be upset.
Hawk is gone.
The Fade is an ordeal under normal circumstances. To be the only real thing there, beyond description. That you made it out at all is a miracle. You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
I wish you'd been there. That's poor consolation. I should be proud. I was lucky. Yeah, I don't think that really makes Aenor feel any better.
That's not exactly comforting, Dorian.
Nor should it be. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
I agree. Not my problem. You don't. Ooh. Out of all of them, I think I agree fits the most, and not my problem. Well, it is my problem. It is Aenor's problem, because she was the one who did it. If people start, oh, we can try and mimic that, like the Inquisitor did it, so let's see if we can replicate it, and they actually succeed, and hell, what if they let out the Nightmare? What if they open up into that section of the Fade again and let it out? Like, that would be on her, because they were inspired by Aenor walking in the Fade. You don't know. No, that is not a challenge. This is not something we should be attempting to do again. No, how do I put it? I think she does agree with, let's not mention the Fade. I think she does kind of want to put out there that it was Divine Justinia that saved me. It wasn't Andraste. It wasn't the Maker. It was Divine Justinia. She sacrificed her like I remembered that she was the one who, saved me the first time. I think she does want to put that out of there because what the Divine did was brave. What she did was very brave, and that bravery should go acknowledged. Great. Thanks, Leliana. But yeah, the thing about walking in the Fade and all of that, yeah, we probably should keep that quiet.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus' real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Oh, Dorian, that is a very good idea.
Something you need?
Apparently not.
I should go.
naturally.
Oh, I want more conversations with Dorian. Dorian, you're one of my favourites. I would like to speak to you more often.
I'm told you gave the Grey Wardens another chance, Inquisitor. Would I have done the same, I wonder? Forgiveness can be difficult. I hope the Order values what you've done and gives you no reason to regret it.
I think in Aenor's mind, she was kind of paying it forwards. If you get what I'm trying to get at. The Grey Wardens have done so much for the world over the centuries. And they are very rarely thanked. They are thanked in the immediate aftermath, but give it a couple of years and everyone's forgotten. It's like, you know, what Alistair said, like, oh, what have you done for us recently, Alistair? Yeah, you were there at the battle of the final battle of the Fifth Blight. Yeah, you were there when the Archdemon died, but what have you done recently? You haven't done out for us. People's memories can be extremely fickle. Hell, that was one of the things that Arten kept saying. That's why she was so keen on making deals and trying to, you know, secure trade routes and all of that, because once memory fades, at least those routes, those contracts will still be there. She can still do good for Orzammar with the things she set up when goodwill was, you know, at its most fervent. The Grey Wardens have done so much, and I think whilst Aenor no longer views the Grey Wardens as this amazing institution, like, she no longer worships them. She now realizes they are men and women, just like any other men and women. They are capable of doing amazing things, and they are capable of awful, terrible things, and stupid things, and sad things, and, you know, all of that. She sees them more for what they are, but they have still saved the world time and time again. So it was her way of evening out the books, shall we say. You've done the world a massive favour, so now I am doing you this favour. I'm not going to screw over your order. I'm going to keep things quiet, and you can continue doing your duty. I hope that made sense. And is everything okay?
I trust everything is well with the mages.
There have been a few scuffles with your Templars, but overall, it is going well.
Good stuff.
I'll leave you to it.
And Kallisama? Anything new?
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
Good stuff.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
Excellent.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
I don't believe we have any research. Yet no. The man who still has no name.
I set aside an entire shelf for Grey Warden lore, and so far it's not even half full. Those wardens and their secrets.
Yeah, that'll happen.
The Empress has gifted us with a selection of rare books. I can't wait till they arrive.
Nice.
One day I'm going to read all these books. One day, when I have time.
Oh, sir, you'll never have time. You will never have time to read all of them. Is this anything new? Oh, yeah, this is about Leliana's nugs. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, pardon me. There we go. Leliana, how are you doing, my dear?
Inquisitor, I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
I tried to save her, she saved me, I had to save myself. No, I think from Aenor's perspective, how she would have viewed that, you know, Justinia got grabbed by all of those demons. Aenor did go back to try and save her, but Justinia said, no, go. Like, Justinia sacrificed herself because presumably she knew if she faffs around trying to save me, she'll get nabbed too. So she encouraged her to leave. So she did save Aenor.
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I hate Justinia. I hate Justinia for what she did to Leliana. She broke this poor girl. She absolutely destroyed her. And I'll keep saying this. Justinia is so much worse than Marjolaine because Justinia knew better. Marjolaine was a cold, heartless bitch. She did not care about Leliana. She did not see Leliana as a person. And I'm not saying that that makes Marjolaine's actions better. What I'm saying is that someone who is basically heartless, someone who is a selfish, narcissistic, nasty excuse of a human being, they will never be able to see things from another person's perspective. They will never be able to look outside of themselves and take a look at their own actions. Marjolaine felt no guilt about what she did to Leliana. She was simply doing what she did. That was what Marjolaine did. She took things, she used them, and she destroyed them. That doesn't make her actions any better, but she didn't know any better. Justinia did. Justinia very clearly knew that she was doing a bad thing by turning Leliana into a hardened assassin, but she kept doing it anyway. Because my plans are more important than this young woman. The fact that if you know what you're doing is wrong, and you keep doing it, that is so much worse than someone who doesn't know any better, in my opinion. And the fact that Leliana is sat here like, I don't understand what she means, I'm like, oh my god, you poor girl. You poor girl. She's dead, White Dwarf. No, that was all she said. That was literally all she said.
I'm sorry, Leliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Oh, she did. She did fail you because she had a duty of care. She had a duty of care towards you that she completely ditched to use you for her own machinations. You didn't fail anyone, Lily. Oh my... Oh, I'm trying to think of the voice actress's name. Corinne? Is it Corinne Bush? I might be thinking of someone else here. I don't know. She does a cracking job. I love Leliana's voice actress in this scene. I love her. I love her to death. You can feel the pain. Oh.
A message from Divine Justinia.
I'm pretty sure she's dead. No. Clearly it was maybe something that Leliana found, maybe something that Justinia sent before she died, who's to say? Yeah, are you doing okay, Leliana? That must be traumatic.
That's a shock. You're right reading it.
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you have any idea what you'll find?
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Oh, That... I don't think I like that. I don't know how that's going to come out, but, you know, I instruct you, she doesn't. I don't think Aenor views herself as instructing Leliana at all. She doesn't view herself as instructing Leliana, Josephine, or Colin. They are her advisors. They are advising her. She's not instructing them. I think in a lot of cases, she looks to them for guidance. You know, like, oh, what do you think? If you think this is the best thing in this situation, I will do as you think. Like, I don't think she'd view it as like, oh, I'm instructing her. I do think Aenor would be a tad worried about that. You know, like, oh, if I'm lucky, she'll have instructions for me. She's still looking to Justinia for guidance. And, you know, part of that is because she's grieving. However, you know, eventually she'll have to walk on her own 2 feet. She can't keep looking to a ghost for instruction. I think Aenor would be concerned by that statement, but I can't see her saying something like that.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
Okay. Yeah, if you need to go there, then absolutely. I think Aenor's, you know, probably thinking if this was a place that held a great sentimental meaning to Justinia, maybe it would be good for Leliana to be in that place, you know, to be surrounded by her memory. That would probably be quite helpful with her grieving. So yeah, you can go on ahead.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Oh, we can absolutely do that at some point in the future.
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
Leliana. At this point, I'm thinking maybe Aenor is still in the Fade. You just sat on a chair that wasn't there. Oh, she's so glad. The Fade didn't scare me. No, it did scare her. It absolutely scared her, and she's very glad to be back on solid ground.
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade physically.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
Oh, God, that... Again, this is probably the were you boning? I'm not doing that.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Okay, good stuff. Carry on.
I'll leave you to your work.
I swear to God, if you sit down again.
Yes?
Okay, just checking.
I'll leave you to your work.
Lovely. And... Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Move. I'm stuck. I'm trapped. Okay, there we go. Anything new? Over here. Pardon me. And is this about Baron Plucky? Yep, Baron Plucky. Okay, that is everything looked at here. And it'd be quicker to go to Vivienne that way, but it's been a while since I tried to jump on Solus's desk. So you know what? Oh, so close. So close. Boo, how dare. Sad times. You know what? Considering I'm down here and we have a judgment, let's go see what's going on.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
Oh, hello there. here's the thing. I think Aenor is probably thinking, well, this will be quick. However, I don't think she'd ever say something like this. Yeah, I'm drawn to the top one, as I often am with Aenor.
Many places felt the pain of adamant. You will answer for a great deal.
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground ye trod in your pathetic life. I served a living god. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
He dies by my sword. Jail him and lose the key. Give him to the wardens. Ooh. Here's the thing. Keeping him alive in this case, it's a little dangerous, in my opinion, because what if someone comes to try and break him out? This man will have followers. He is pretty charismatic. We don't want him, you know, breaking out because he's persuading people, oh yeah, you should totally free me, like I was in the right, Corypheus this, Corypheus that, blah blah blah. So it is between these. Ooh. I've said before that Aenor doesn't consider execution easily. You have to do something that is utterly reprehensible and feel no guilt about it afterwards. And that does rather perfectly sum up Ehremund. He screwed over the Grey Wardens to the point where, you know, a lot of the Order, or at least the, you know, the Orlesian Ferelden sector of them, because obviously the ones in Weishaupt are fine. They're just like, why are we hearing the calling? Like, what's going on? But they're all up there. It's, you know, all of the Grey Wardens that were in Orlesian Ferelden, they will have been devastated because all of the mages are probably dead because, you know, they were all under Corypheus's control, and a large number of the rogues and warriors will be dead because they were being used for the blood sacrifice. So the Order in Orlesian Ferelden, it's probably at its lowest since the Fifth Blight, when there were only 2 Grey Wardens in Ferelden. Like, the Order's numbers have probably not dropped so low since then. I'm not saying there are only 2 left, obviously, but like that is a sharp decrease. That is a sharp decrease. And he's boasting. He's boasting about it. This guy would absolutely qualify for Aenor's, like, okay, he has to die. Like, we can't just let him live. He's being an arse. Like, he has to die. We could give him to the Wardens. They'll execute him. Oh, but again, he's charismatic. Oh, there goes my timer. 1 second. Okay, yeah, if we give him to the Wardens, we'll have to send him there, and he could escape. When he gets to the Wardens, yeah, they're gonna execute him, but what if he uses blood magic or whatever? What if Corypheus has given him, you know, something that'll make even non-mages more compliant? Like, on one hand, it would be right to give him to the Wardens. He fucked them over the most. Yeah, we ended up in the Fade and we had to sacrifice Hawke, and that was very traumatic, but comparatively, the Grey Wardens have suffered way more than Aenor. She would acknowledge that. Compared to what the Grey Wardens have gone through, like, she's barely been hurt. She's traumatized, but, like, she's barely, you know, injured or whatever. Like, she hasn't suffered as much as them. By all rights, they should get him, but there's so much that can happen in between him leaving Skyhold, him making the journey to wherever they are, them getting him, the wait until the I think she'd rather just take him out here and now, quickly, before he has a chance to cause any more harm.
Lord Eramond, any protection you thought you had has apparently been withdrawn. You will die by my hand.
Petty actions. Truth lies in the next world.
And again, that's not something Aenor takes any pleasure in. Yeah, he was an arse and he really fucked over the Grey Wardens and he sent us into the Fade and he was just a prick. He was just a pure prick. She doesn't take any joy in killing. Even when she's in battle, she doesn't take any joy in killing bandits. That's someone's son, that's someone's daughter at the end of the day. But he could cause too much harm. He was too dangerous to allow to live. So yeah, that's the end of Eramond. And with that, I am out of time for this episode. In the next one, it seems, we have another judgment. Alrighty then, we might get to that. We might go and speak to Vivienne and the others first. I don't know. We'll have to see. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.